Traders from around the world, what's going on? Holla at your boy, it's me, Jerremy Newsome with Real Life Trading. I'm doing absolutely fantastic. The week is actually behind us. It is most certainly Friday. We have a few things to look at and check out today. Man, what an interesting 3 days since Wednesday. Good grief. I kind of feel like I traded like a one-legged goat playing ping pong with a bowling ball today. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'll talk more about it. Here's the SPY, and for those who are in the weekly options newsletter trade, we got triggered in yesterday. It looked good towards the end of the afternoon, and then we got stopped out today for a 1R loss on the SPY. Guys, this is such a strong bullish market. I really tried going bearish. I did my best. Didn't happen. It's just going to keep on going, more than likely from here. Now, granted, even though we didn't close above the high of Wednesday, this is still a retest gap right here. Really, there's probably one of two things that's going to happen from here. Some type of rotation down a little bit more, and I'll look to play that bounce, right? Or we get like a small inside day candle next 2 or 3 days, and then we continue higher. Either way, I tried to go bearish. Sorry it didn't work. That's not the reason I trade like a one-legged goat playing ping pong with a volleyball today, though. Here is the long-term moving averages, and I love those. This May bull put spread did expire worthless, so that's good. And I'll probably look to do another one for my credit spread fans. Something down here for June. Maybe. Well, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, probably not, because I already have a bull put spread and a bear call spread on the IWM. So one of my credit spread rules is I never have a credit spread of the similar size and expiration date on 2 indices at the same time. So I got the 143, 144 bear call on the IWM and a 130, 131 bull put on the IWM. So as long as we stay, in this range somewhere by 4 June, this one should be fine on the IWM. Now, let's talk about the things I did poorly on today. There were a few of them. Here's the Qs. And the Qs, this was a really good day trade that I missed by an entire penny. So I'm going to turn on the extended hours chart. So the extended hours chart, this is the 5-minute chart from yesterday. And again, I was expecting the market to be a little bit bearish. And so since it wasn't, I was thinking to myself, okay, it looks like I'm probably going to be trapped. So here's the high of the day from yesterday. Here's that pre-market resistance level. So we broke out in the 5-minute window. You had this first 5-minute candle. This is at 8:35 Central. High wave candle. I wanted to pull back right against that high. So the upper top shadow of that candle was my entry with some weekly options, the 138 calls for 25 cents. Guess what the low of those options were? 26 cents. I missed it by a penny. So George and a few other traders, Danny, did get a chance to snag some gains on the weekly option calls. It wasn't a huge home run like the next trade I'm about to show you. But the Qs, missed that trade. The analysis, again, I was looking to go bearish on the market. We had some puts on the SPY since we were gapping up today and kind of opening above the high of that wick or kind of right at it. I was like, well, all right, looks like we're going to go a little bit bullish. So could we still roll over? Absolutely, especially on the Qs. We definitely could, but again, I'm not going to go bearish. It's just too bullish of a market. I'm just going to look to buy the dips. So next time I'm talking about going bearish on the market, at least for right now, someone slap me with a stick of butter and tell me, hey, Jeremy, trend's bullish. Don't be insane. So that's kind of the broader market overview. Got a lot of stocks to look at today. Let's go check out Baidu. So Baidu was a trade really, oh man, painful. Tried trading Baidu yesterday. So it had a black candle gapping down as a retest gap, and nice little high wave bearish candle yesterday. So yesterday, I think, what was my play on this one? My play on Baidu, this little double top right here on the 5-minute chart. Boop, 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 boop. Got in bearish there and got out right there for break even. So I didn't lose anything on Baidu, which is a rare thing. Now, today, right, yesterday you had a bearish candle on the daily. So I'm going to go back to the daily just so you can see it. Bearish candle on the daily, a little bit of a gap up. So the 5-minute time frame on that chart, you see this little bearish candle pre-market. So the bearish candle came in, we broke out of that. We made a higher high from yesterday, so we really broke some of that resistance. and then we formed a pennant pattern. Once that pennant pattern broke out right there, I did a 187.50 call option for a 25-cent limit buy. And then guess what I did? Guess what I did? For some reason, I was like, man, I should probably lower that to, I don't know, 20 cents. Try to get filled at 20 cents. Well, long story really short. 25-cent call option filled. Way up here, it's like a 350% ROI in a few hours. And the 20 cent didn't fill at all. Wah, wah, wah. So I missed that entire trade on Baidu. Took a half R gain on DE. This one was pretty lucky, but we got triggered in bullish right here on a retest. Stop was there. Got out there. And that was pretty much it on DE. And then I lost a full R on GLYC. So officially, my winning streak is over. So GLYC, I had a, where is that trade? I want to get in bullish here on a pullback. Stop right there. Got stopped out. That's okay. Happens. So, winning streak is over. It needed to happen at some point. I've been on an absolute tear, hot streak, hot hand, whatever you want to call it. It's been phenomenally gracious, and I've been very blessed to be a part of that for the last 3 or 4 weeks. But down on the day, as far as day trades go. Lumber Liquidators, on the other hand, was an amazing swing trade that we got triggered into a few days ago. And we hit our target today. So thanks to LL, today was actually overall a profitable day as far as realized P&L goes. And May still up nicely. So here is Lumber Liquidators. So on the month of May, 13.76 Rs total. This was the trade set up a few days ago. And you'll remember that Lumber Liquidators has been on my watch list really for about 2 months now. This is one of those stocks that just got really beat up. If you want to check out this chart on TradingView, this is a really good long-term, be patient, understand Dow theory type of chart. This is a great example of that, and I really think that it's worth studying and researching if you get a chance to. But I posted this back on the 30th of March, so almost 2 months ago, talking about Dow theory, right? Very clearly, we could clearly see this Dow theory. And I mentioned nice bullish gap and go on a weekly chart, accumulation phase, yada, yada, yada. So then as we scroll down here, I mentioned that, hey, it broke out and it's retesting old resistance, new support. And then back on the 16th of May, I posted, we're in. So we're in on the trade. Now, if you were following us on TradingView, I did post this on the 16th of May. You could have gotten filled on that exact same setup on either the 17th of May or the 18th of May. And today, hit the target for almost 4 Rs on Lumber Liquidator. So that was pretty sweet. Really, really excited about that. And most of you remember the AAOI trade. AAOI, I posted this one as well in the stock review just a few days ago. And that triggered yesterday at open. I don't mind today's candle really at all. I'm going to increase the stop right below the wick of today's candle later this weekend. And if I lose on that trade, fine. But I'd like to be out of this one by the end of May. Let's look at 2 behemoths of stocks, some Amazon and some on Google. So here's Amazon. Pretty strong bullish trend. A lot of traders had some bull put spreads that expired today. Congratulations. Got a quick poll for you guys. I'd like to get your opinion. Which stocks do you think hits 1,000 first? I personally think both of them happened this year. Amazon or Google? Which one do you think hits 1,000 first? They're right at very, very similar price points right now. I just like to see what you guys think. The top right-hand corner of your screen, a little gray eye for a poll. Feel free to click on it. It's just something I'm trying to do. Like to know what you guys think about stuff. Let's go look at VRX. And VRX, I was keeping / am keeping an eye on VRX to go bullish, believe it or not. Now, very, very, very short term. This is a strong gap and go. So I figured, hey, why not watch it? Nice little pennant pattern forming. Volume is declining. I'm gonna watch VRX bullish above this particular price, about 1480 and some change. And if it pops, I will look to snag it. A lot of banks traded back down to some supports recently. Check out Wells Fargo. So a few traders requested Wells Fargo back in here. When Wells Fargo traded down to the 200 simple moving average, there is your one white soldier candle, by the way, right there with the red arrow. And we're back at it. 100 simple moving average, 200 simple moving average on the daily chart. Check this out, or check it out. Here's your weekly chart. We're also bouncing off the 100 simple on a weekly chart. So if you're looking at playing JP Morgan, more bullish than bearish. Wells Fargo. Here's JP Morgan. JP Morgan, I agree. It looks like a head and shoulders pattern. I'm not going to deny that at all, but I'm not going to go bearish until it closed below here. And then even then, I'm going to look to take the retest because, guys, it's going to be very hard to go bearish in this market. If I do it again, I just said earlier, don't let me do it. Try not to let me go bearish on the overall market. If it's an individual stock, maybe. It's just a tough market to short right now. Really, really hard. I like this little Morningstar reversal pattern right here. It's a good support level. Let's see what happens on Monday. Who knows, right? MetLife, ticker symbol MET. I do have a bull put spread on MetLife and just watching this one really closely. So right now we're just kind of hanging out. Another Morningstar reversal on MetLife, 50-47 bull put spread. I just want to fill you guys on that one. Got a request for ALLY and ALLY Financial. I love this high wave candle on a weekly chart. Really nice high wave candle, represents some good indecision. I do in fact agree that you got some higher lows coming in here right there. You also have a little bit of support over there. My personal feelings on this one is if we close above the high of this week, that indecision candle would no longer be indecisive. However, it would be decisive, and it looks like it would be more bullish than bearish in my personal opinion. Here's NVIDIA. NVIDIA today, we were watching this one all day for a day trade, but didn't really do anything with it. It did make a new all-time high today, but it was a white candle gapping up, aka a retest gap. It is retesting right now. Exponential moving averages look strong. It didn't quite make it down to the 10 yesterday, otherwise I would be in. But I'm keeping NVIDIA on my list. Targets for the year, 159.81 and 184.71. Be bullish on NVIDIA, just make sure your timing is adequate. Here's BITA for my good friend Mikey down there in Australia. Bit Auto Holdings. And here's the weekly chart on BITA. So Mikey was looking at going bearish on this one, and I totally understand, Mikey. It was a really, really good old support, new resistance. We're still kind of there. So great channel. And I know you and Rick went in bullish down here, this little double bottom, retest the neckline on the double bottom, and it bounced nicely. So at this particular point in time, it's at the resistance. But based on kind of the Dow theory perspective of this stock, this still looks like an accumulation phase, kind of similar to lumber liquidators I was just looking at earlier. So if it does start making higher highs, look to buy the dip because there's a lot of bullish volume coming in here on the weekly chart. And even though it's at a resistance, it just looks a little bit more bullish than bearish. Let's look at 2 or 3 more. Here's Boeing. So my good friend Gene had a 175, 172 bull put spread expiring today. Gene, congrats. Boeing looks solid. Nice little bullish trend. Nice one white soldier candle today. And the next target for Boeing, at least in my opinion, is 190.97. So that one could be one you do another trade on. BABA looks great. It's a nice white candle gapping up to an all-time high today. My personal thoughts on BABA, something like this for the next 2 or 3 weeks. I do think it's going to continue to go higher. It's a great buy the dip candidate yesterday. I mean, really just phenomenal. Look how many white candles we have in a row here on BABA, just as many as almost as McDonald's. So nice high wave candle this week. Look to buy the dip on BABA. Here's Yahoo, ticker symbol YHOO. My buddy Gene also had a 47-46 bull put spread expiring worthless today on Yahoo. So Gene, high five, man. You totally rock. Let's knock out 2 more really quick. We got ourselves Target, TGT. So I am watching Target, keeping a very close eye on this one. On Wednesday, this was 1 penny away from a perfect Marubozu candle. It did have a bullish gap. And on a weekly chart, you'll notice a nice little high wave candle. Kind of a double bottom looking thing here on the daily chart. So watching Target down here as a longer term buy low, sell high. And then here's WIN, W-I-N-N. My buddy Niels has a 103 put sale. Ultimately, I'd like to see WIN get to 131.34. It hasn't happened yet, but the trend is still bullish. Keep an eye on WIN to pull down. The low of these 2 candles is almost the same. So if WIN can take out this low right here, I'll look for that to occur and then look to play the bounce off of the 50 into the 200 simple on a weekly chart. Ladies and gentlemen, that pretty much wraps it up for me today. I hope you guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, have an amazing weekend. Be safe, have fun. The Predators play for I think game 5? Yeah, game 5 on Saturday. So we'll see if they can win. Right now, I believe the series is tied 2-2. What else is happening this weekend? Probably playing a little bit of poker with my buddy Adam. Got a webinar for my international traders in about 3 hours. Yeah, almost exactly 3 hours. So for my international traders, meaning other than North America, if you're getting this before 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern, email me. I'll give you that link. But that is for my traders in Australia who are about to wake up. I mean, Africa, Indonesia, China, Europe somewhere. Anywhere in Europe. Europe's a big place. You guys rock. Thanks so much for trading with me. I will see you on Monday. And until then, remember, love life, and trade it. Bye.